Yes.
I'm with the Connecticut Commission on Human Rights.
Yes. Yes.
Can you tell me what's going on?
Nothing lately.
Okay, before we go any further, I just want to ask you that our conversation's been taped.
Okay.
So what's going on in the past? In your affidavit, it says December that you thought you were discriminated against. I need an exact date. Do you remember when on or about that was?
As soon as the first day of snow.
First day of snow.
Right.
What was that?
I don't know. At that time, I didn't know I was going to have a problem, so I didn't write it down. I wrote down things that they started to happen, and I realized that I was having a problem with landlord. Before this year, this winter, last winter, in the winter of 2008, spring 2009, the landlord always let me know when the plow was coming. And
How did they let you know?
either by calling me saying the plow was coming or by knocking on my window. And they never interfered with my taking medical transportation. And although this isn't related, it is in a way, but this whole winter, because I can't drive far because of my ear disease, my friends come to get me to take me out. But this whole winter I wasn't able to do that because I couldn't leave my car unattended.
What normally happens in the wintertime with a vehicle?
Well, we're informed that the plow comes. The plow's coming. The plow comes earlier in the day than 4 o'clock or 2:30, 3 o'clock. And, we go out and move our cars.
How do they know when the plow is coming?
Well, we were somehow notified. I don't know.
Do they notify every tenant of the
No,
building?
they notify me because I can't hear. I'm hearing impaired.
Okay. How many units are in that building?
In each building there are 3.
How many buildings in total?
21 plus the office. There are 63 apartments, but I would say less than 2/3 are occupied. Some of them have been unoccupied for several years because they're so dilapidated and landlord can't afford to fix them.
Are these senior and disabled?
No.
No, they're just
These are family. Yeah. And there's usually more than one person in each apartment. Some of them illegally living there, but I don't have that. So I don't have someone to go out and move my car from my home. And most of the ways that I ask landlord to accommodate me, other than with the fans, would not have cost landlord any money.
What exactly did you want them to accommodate you with?
Being able to leave my car so I can take medical transportation.
I saw something in the file that I was kind of trying to see if I can find it in a hurry.
That's all right.
They had offered you, did they offer you transportation?
No. Landlord never offered me anything.
Is there an agency or somebody that
No, I received medical transportation. I sent you copies of the letters from medical transportation showing that the day that landlord called me and told me off for being disabled and...
What do you mean the landlord told you off for being disabled?
I'm sorry. I sent a package to addressed to Diane Carter a couple of weeks ago, and it had in there step by step what happened from December. I don't know if you have that.
No, can you just see in a nutshell try to fill me in? Because it's got a lot of documents.
Okay. The package that I sent goes from December, and it has the documentation in an order. It's an very organized thing because the file that Landlord sent is, first of all, he withheld all the documents relating to my disability. And
Like what exactly do you think that you're
Well, they took out my doctor's letters and different things where I wrote to them and said I can't, or the information that they received regarding how I'd fallen on the property and I couldn't walk anymore. They took all of that out of the file that they sent.
Is that in your affidavit? Is that relevant to your case?
That I can't walk?
Is that relevant to your case as far as your falling?
Well, it's relevant to my case in that I can't walk.
I don't see that in your affidavit. Your affidavit, are you saying that you can't walk as a result of the falling?
Yeah. That was a couple of years ago, though. That's not... My bringing that up is to show that they took all the information regarding my being disabled out of the documents that they sent me.
I don't think there's any dispute, ma'am. I don't think that they're disputing that you are a disabled individual.
Okay.
They're not disputing that at all.
Okay.
That's just their response. It's your own disability.
Okay. So if they know that I can't hear, why wouldn't they let me know that the plow is here? If they know that I can't walk, why wouldn't they shovel the sidewalk so I could get to the car?
Well, when are they supposed to do this? To shovel the sidewalk?
Well, they started doing it after I wrote to HUD and told them they weren't shoveling. All of a sudden, Landlord started plowing and shoveling first thing in the morning. So there was no more issue of me getting to my car after...
You complained to HUD back in December, right?
No, it was February. I think it would be more helpful to you if you could look through the information that I sent.
There's too much stuff that you sent. It will take you forever. I'm just trying to see if there's a way of condensing it. Because I only have 30 days to investigate a complaint. But there is a tremendous amount of paperwork that you sent. It's actually 2 files full.
Okay, the last package I sent is...
Diane just gave me the entire, everything that had been coming in. It wasn't not placed in the file or anything. She just put everything in one of those accordions. So everything was just thrown in there. So I don't know what's what.
Okay, there's nothing I could do about the way Diane gave you that information. I'm very sorry for that. But I tried to make it... When I saw the way that Landlord had sent the information to you, and, taken out all my letters regarding my inability to walk on unshoveled sidewalks and get to medical transportation.
Okay, are you saying that they don't shovel at all? They don't shovel your walk at all?
No.
No? Not at all?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, okay. What are you saying then? Did they shovel it once in a while, or?
They didn't do it in any manageable way. They shoveled late in the day. And, okay, the notice that Landlord sent out in December says that the plow would be here at 8:30 in the morning. The notice that Landlord sent out in December said that we had...
And there was a rebuttal that I remember seeing from you in reference to that, saying that they did not come and it did not happen, and they didn't come until later on in the day.
Okay, but I really wish that there was a way for you to see the letters that I wrote. They're all in order, and the way everything happened that I just sent Diane. Or Miss Carter. I don't know I wish there was some way I could get there to organize the paperwork for you to make it more helpful, but, you know, I wasn't expecting this call, and, you know, I'm not really, my thoughts aren't really organized right now, and I'm not really prepared.
Well, is there a better time for you? Do you want to call me when you're better prepared? I can leave you my phone number. You can call me at your convenience.
Is there any way that I can review the documents that you have and organize them for you?
Well, the only way would be to have you come to the office. You're in Waterbury.
Are you in Waterbury?
No. I'm in Hartford.
Yeah, I don't know if I would be able to do that. Where is it? Would I have to take an elevator?
Yes.
Yeah,
Because we're on the 4th floor.
I can't take an elevator. I can't go past the 2nd floor, especially since, you know, my ear ruptured in February, and that was my good ear, so I really can't take a chance of...
All right. Now, is there any reason why you couldn't make it to the doctor when you were supposed to?
Landlord said that if I left my car in the parking lot, it would be towed, and I was not allowed to leave it parked on the street.
And this was in January?
This was in December. You'll see the...
All right, but that rule applies equally to everyone in the building, that they have to move their car?
Yes. The difference is that mine was the only one that was rammed into when I parked it on the street. One time on January 28th, I parked my car on the street because the plow hadn't come and I needed to go to the pharmacy because I had run out of medication 4 days earlier. So I parked the car on the street. I walked over unshoveled sidewalks. I parked my car. This is 2:30 in the afternoon. I parked my car on the street, and then I went upstairs, took a shower. In the time that it took for me to do that, the plow had come, and my car was on the street. Now, there were other cars on the street, but the plow didn't push the snow into their cars. Or.
And do you think that the plow guy knew that was your car?
I don't know. I don't know why my car was the only one that was, you know, my bumper was damaged. I don't know why my car was the only one that was rammed into. So I don't know what to tell you. I try not to jump to conclusions.
Well, how are you making the respondents responsible for that action?
I don't understand.
Are you tying that incident to your disability?
I'm tying. They're not allowing me to park on the street to my disability.
They're not allowing you to park on the street because you're a disabled individual?
No, that's not what I mean. I'm sorry. I'm really not feeling well right now, and I wasn't prepared for this call.
Okay, now I asked you before, what would be the best time for you to talk with me? If you can't do it now because you're not prepared, then why don't you call me when you're prepared?
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Let me give you my phone number.